What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
It's ONIC.
What?
Yeah, I'm joking.
What, Terizla mid? No, there's Eve,
Yeah, no,
right?
no, I don't think it's gonna.
There is the gold lane. Just kidding.
Oh yeah.
A bit too
Love
far-fetched,
to
I
see
think.
it.
What'll be the roam though for Dreams here against the Eve, Terizla? I think Kaja could actually work.
Kaja. I was thinking something a bit thicker for that extra bit of front line, considering that the jungler is quite squishy. It's gonna be a Tigreal. So good combo potential. But for ONIC, they have a bit more flexibility available here. They have good range, good damage already. What do they want here as their main damage output source, especially against all the aggression, all the dives, the gap closers from the Lancelot, the Moskov, and the Valentina?
That was such a good Roger ban. That was the only hero that I think can do quite well against this kind of composition. Usually you would think Claude, but the Claude against Moskov, you know how that plays out. It's very, very tough.
Melissa?
They can still try to go for it, but it's a bad matchup. We've seen CW come out of bad matchups and do super well. But again, just one Spear of Misery, and does he want to go Purify, I guess? Is that the idea here behind the Claude?
You can go for other movement tools maybe, if he wants to try and kite away from a Moskov play technically maybe.
No, when you go in, Spear of Misery and no Blazing. No ult.
Oh, the cancel on the ult?
Yes.
Right, so he has to certainly play around it, especially if they want to really go on for a full-on fight. But you can see the triple Purify from the side of ONIC. Man.
Yeah, they're desperately, they need it, right? They need to respect the possible outcome. I mean, you mentioned the Wombo combo that could definitely take place. Not to mention just the CC potential from the Moskov alone is already detrimental to these team fights from going into the hands of ONIC. So they respect it out. 3 Purifies on the board. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, into the Land of Dawn for the redemption arc of ONIC. Can they rewrite leg number 1 on a positive note, end it on a positive note? While both of these teams, it'll be their last tango and their last dance as well. Annabelle on the Lancelot versus Kyrie on the Fredrin. Let's see who comes out on top.
Especially with Mathilda in the mix, it's going to be, in theory, a lot more annoying for Annabelle to really find an easy time in the jungle as Keyboy, once again, already being an absolute menace. With 3 Purifies though, they're trying to neutralize the engage potential, and especially with the Mathilda, once again, being a big factor here, that means that both all these members from ONIC are maneuverable with the Guiding Wind, but also having the extra bit of survivability and safety with the Purify as well. So it all comes down to how they roam about, and I think Kyrie, knowing that he's in a favorable jungle matchup when it comes to the early game, will be trying to be a lot more aggressive. So look at the emblems here by GamesMax. Tenacities for Suns and CW. They know they're going to be taking a lot of attention from the side of EVOS later on. For Brands though, with the Master Assassin, he's trying to get as much value, as much aggression as possible in that gold lane to try and shut down CW, possibly making him a non-factor.
Wow. Is this an active Barat? This is just full movement speed for Fluffy. I guess he wants to get to places fast. They want to just use this mobility to try to go up against ONIC. I think trying to match that mobility from the Mathilda, but this lane, Brand's doing a good job now. ONIC will need to send over Keyboy.
Earlier on, we saw that the Yve plus Keyboy actually cleared slower. Or was that just the first wave? Or is that what we're going to be expecting in the next few minutes of this early game?
Well, the Valentina actually has very good wave clear, so with a bit of assistance, she'll do pretty fine against the Yve, because the Yve takes a bit longer. But the thing is, with Sans being on the Yve, he's going to be able to actually poke and be a lot more aggressive towards the hero instead of towards the lane. Now with level 4 already secured for ONIC, for everyone but Keyboy, they're going to make a play for it.
Ludwig in the front now with a sacrificial play, trying to bait out a lot of these resources as Kyrie goes in and gets the Appraiser's Wrath down. That's the turtle taken away, but the death is welcome onto Ludwig will mean that Ludwig will be claimed as first blood by the White Tigers.
A 1-for-1 trade, a kill for that neutral objective take. And it looks like he will be guided to safety there. And this is it, Annabelle on his debut pick. He was actually a level ahead earlier on, but I guess he got caught in and was unable to retrieve the turtle. What happened there?
This is the zoning coming in from ONIC. The fact that they were there first, they were the ones who were pushing the tempo, and they were the ones who were pressuring Annabelle to ensure that he has to think twice before just moving up forward. Again, that's the reason why the fighter junglers are always so good. But for now, he's still keeping up in farm, actually farming more faster than Kyrie, which is a good sign, right? That's where he can actually get a bit of an advantage and most likely in the mid game use that mechanical skill to really try and be a deciding factor.
Hey, it's a battle. It's an English versus Indo battle, man. Okay.
Interesting.
We're all for ONIC. Currently, the Indo desk are all for EVOS. So let's see.
Fun.
This is
Fun
fun.
times.
Some competition, not just in the game from the players, but also the casters.
And then I heard that. Actually, we'll talk about that later.
Oh.
But right now, ONIC already focusing on the next thing, picking up the tempo from the neutral objective take. They want to put some pressure here onto Brands in the bottom lane, but they don't want to commit over it.
They can't really go for big, massive dives. I thought they were going to be playing a lot more to shut down the jungler instead of the gold lane, but it seems that they're trying to do both. They have pressure in the lanes, but when it comes to the jungle, Annabelle still is doing a great job. Relatively undeterred against a Mathilda and Fredrin. CW takes a bit of heat.
Just a bit. Will be able to sustain back up with the regen. Gets the corrosion scythe as well, but it is later, a bit later than Brands. Both have the purify, but this up and coming fight, what's it gonna look like?
I think we also are looking to whether or not the Spear of Destruction will be used as Fluffy takes a bunch of aggression. They know that the front line needs to be zone away.
Whoa, that's so much damage on Fluffy. That's the main front line. Spear of Destruction connecting on the Sands. Brands can look for something here. Annabelle, a level ahead. That's a penalty zone. He's able to dodge it away from it. Wow! With the Phantom Execution and the Retribution, they will be able to find it as stolen real-world manipulation to take Keyboy down. And it is all EVOS at the start of the game.
That's the assassin play, man. The steal coming in from Annabelle. Despite all the aggression, even the penalty zone used by Lutpi to try and be a nuisance to stop his maneuverability. Now with EVOS gaining momentum, approaching a 2K gold lead, they are the ones attempting to make a play onto CW.
Uh-oh. Blazing Duet gonna be used up here. CW still has the Purify. And you will be able to clear this out, stopping a siege from happening.
Taking a look at the audience prediction though, 62% in favor of ONIC. But it looks like EVO so far are holding control of the game, still with a little bit of that gold lead, 1K and counting. And it's just not the same effect that we see again, right? With Sans on a hero like this, we haven't seen the value of it.
He has performed well on the Eves before, but it's just not the same kind of surprise factor. It's a bit more readable, especially for EVOS. Now with the Ice Queen's Wand though, that's a lot of catch potential, chase potential that ONIC can use, but in order to do that, they have to try and set up first.
Look at the War Axe fully stacked up. Annabelle might actually be going for this. Still fully stacked up earlier, Keyboy. With the Circling Eagle up top, Lutpi in the bottom lane might be dove on, but he is able to pounce just out of there. Spear of Misery to disengage and help Dreams out. Sans poking him down though. Brands will have to respect this, but Clawkun steals that RWM once again.
Why did Sans go for Rupture and then Tenacity? How does that help his gameplay?
Well, the Rupture just gives him the early penetration, especially if he's going with the physical defense boots. He wants to have that extra bit of damage available. And the Tenacity just makes sure that Annabelle can just dive in, Clawkun can just go in and one-shot him if he uses his spells in the right moment. With the turtle coming up though, with the real-world manipulation in the hands of Clawkun, ONIC are the ones making the first move here.
Understrike is Annabelle's second item there. ONIC will be able to control this. Annabelle deciding to go and look for... Oh my god!
What?
Runs!
What?
Flip the coin! You can get Mr. Bombastic one day. You can get Mr. Fantastic in another. It seems like Brands, that's the other side of the coin. That's Mr. Fantastic for you.
That's insane. Looks like EVOS are looking for more.
That's a knockup on the Keyboy who pops in the guiding wind, but it's onto the turret. Brands again! Kyrie with a knockup on the Fluffy with a taunt as well. Fluffy able to get away. CW will not be able to chase longer. EVO's glory. Wow.
Was that calculated or not? Because Annabelle was nowhere near the turtle pit at all, right? He was still in the bottom lane. If he was there, he would have been able to get a better time at the Retribution battle because he is levels ahead of Kyrie, but he doesn't go for it. Was that planned? Just Annabelle being like, okay, you take the turtle? Because if that was planned, that's insane calculations right there.
Purify from Brands. You have to kite away for now as Blaze Direct gets some damage onto Fluffy. But in the midst of it all, it's still going to be Brands free hitting with that Purify now jumping in with the Mistwalker. Annabelle in the back as well with the Phantom Execution and zoning them out. It's another 1-for-0 trade in favor of EVOS Glory. Clawcut hovering, looking for a possible assassination, but he gets read out. San spots him in the bush.
Fluffy right now is being such a big problem. Again and again, he's frontlining, but he has not been taken out. And with ONIC using the bulk of their damage on the Barats, it leaves everyone with so much more space to make the plays happen. And with the chance to just dive in the backline from Brands, this is why ONIC is just having such a difficult time in these fights right now.
And it's so interesting, looking at the game factor by GoPay, right? This season, Lancelot has a 0% win rate and has only been used by Van and Kyrie. So even Kyrie himself was not able to make this Lancelot work. And so far, it's working out for EVOS, with the pilot being Annabelle.
I think when the game goes longer, there's a chance that ONIC can really try and catch up and match the damage output, because you know the late game Claude AoE is something that's still a very real factor. But later on, if EVOS can really take control like this, then they can dictate the big engages with the Tigreal, and they can go for these split plays like what Annabelle has been doing here. It's almost like he understands that against a fighter, it's going to be a dangerous, difficult time to try and go for these objectives. So he's going for the macro play. The Fluffy already uses the Daytona's Welcome.
That's a 9th minute BOD from Annabelle. Brother Man's farming so fast. 9th minute, the 3rd item.
Well, he is 2 levels ahead, right? So with the fact that he's been pushing out these side lanes, he's been able to grasp a little bit more in terms of that gold, but that will put Fluffy a little bit behind, would it not? Or is he okay too?
Same level as Lutpi, so it does seem like he's okay. Lutpi is just slightly ahead. So Annabelle 15, 10 minutes, 15.
10 minute level 15 jungler means that ONIC most likely can't go for these contests. They have to try and go for fights, if anything, as CW secures the golden staff. Quite a critical power spike. If they do decide to go for it, it's going to be risky though.
Kyrie jumping forward, getting the taunt down to Fluffy as the missiles is placed down as well. Fluffy now with a chomp down on the flicker, going for Kyrie, throwing him into the turret, but Kyrie's able to dodge away for a little bit. Thorn Rose and the real world manipulation from Sans to stop EVOS Glory from going for this team fight. ONIC playing it well now, trying to just kite EVOS.
But now the problem is Brands has reached that power spike, right? DHS already secured in for him. And that's going to be big.
That's a 3-item power spike. The same can't be said for the side of ONIC. One of their big advantages here is the poke damage that Sans can output, but he's still standing on 1 build item. Finally now, the glowing one is available as well. It's going to stop the members of EVOS from using the regeneration, and it's going to do wonders in trying to secure more damage onto the tanky members like Dreams and Fluffy. But he has to keep careful because he is definitely one of the targets that EVOS are having their sights on.
The Sky Kings are being put to their ultimate test here. Oh, there you go.
Annabelle's up top, and Lutpi decides to jump in. Brand still free, hitting in the back right now. The Blaze Direct is popped in by CW. Popped in the Purify as well. Dreams finds in the Explosion. Brand goes wild in the back. Now a pull. Looking for the triple. CW cannot withstand that damage. 8-0. The White Tigers, they pounce, they bite, and they claw their way to an 11th minute, 8,000 gold lead.
Their teeth are sharp. Their claws are sharper. What is this clean gameplay that we're seeing from EVOS Glory? This is again against the Sky Kings, ladies and gentlemen. A triple kill for Brands, 4 members taken out, and now they have all the time in the world to make their next play. They've got the siege coming in from Moscow. They've got the wave clear as well. The Lord is marching in the bottom side. Brands picks up a Malefic Roar now. This couldn't get any worse. This is a 10k gold gap between EVOS and ONIC, and it's not reversed.
And it's a Moskov with the Purify as well, so even if ONIC have a win condition of just bursting him down, that's a lot easier said than done with the protection, with the counter-engage potential that Dreams again and again has shown on this Tigreal. Now with the Lord coming in, EVOS, they make their move.
Good clear with the RWM. That's a little bit of an advantage for ONIC in the base, but look at how EVOS are able to just utilize the other side of the map. Annabelle making quick work of that turret first Lord, and they get a base turret. Big win for EVO's Glory, and they are actually knocking on this base once more. The splash already faded out from these turrets. Another death to this welcome, Fluffy. Oh my goodness, Brands almost just tore Ludwig's HP bar down. Cairo the two-man taunt right now. The Blaze Duet gets placed down onto Clockwood, but CW will get stunned there. Oh! Almost taken down. Luckily has the Purify to jump back to his battle mirror image. ONIC barely holding on.
Last minute. He knows the calculations. CW also goes for the Malefic Roar that Annabelle secured earlier on before that siege in the bottom lane. But this is it. Annabelle full damage, right? That's his build.
Yep. His finishes just earlier, after taking away the top side base turret, that's where Annabelle officially hit his full item power spike. That's a great sign for EVOS, but that also means that from now, any extra gold advantage will start to matter less and less. ONIC are defending great. They're trying to go into the late game, but the fact that Fluffy is just able to randomly use the Daytona's Welcome and not get punished for it just shows that for EVOS, having that wall of an AXP laner, he's just doing a lot better than Ludwig here that has to do multiple jobs at once, but look at Dreams.
Already with Purifying as a penalty zone to stop Dreams from looking for the engage. Dreams buys the immortality. Keyboy backs up Dreams! Again with the implosion, Annabelle! Into the back, assassinate Suns!
What in the world? 2 members down. CW is still up. He shouldn't be able to clear it unless Fluffy.
Again, the zoning, the Detona's welcome the flicker as well. Onto the bottom lane from the top side now. Kyrie, the man we know for his assassins, will be torn down. Annabelle on the lance, EVO's Glory on the hunt.
What a performance, a debut pick for the Lancelot, for Annabelle, and he just shows off. It wasn't the best performance by Brands yesterday, but today, again, right? He has like this dual personality, and unfortunately for ONIC, they're